Welcome to Hart Conversations with my dad.
What's going on, world? This is your guy, David Hart. Here for Heart to Heart Conversations. I'm sitting here with the awesome Heather Aucello with Team Aucello from Moving Mortgage. We're going to sit here. We're just going to have a conversation, talk about the market, talk about, where things looking like, where things going, get the perspective from a mortgage loan officer. So look, y'all stay tuned and listen. Hey, it's going to be awesome. So Heather, please. Hey, and just let the world know who you are.
So, I'm Heather Aucello. I work for Movement Mortgage. I'm a loan officer here. I've been here for 10 years. I started in 2015 with Movement. I've been in the mortgage business since 2000.
Wow.
25 years.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That means you know a lot. You've seen a lot.
I know. I've seen a lot, that's for sure. But I started out as a receptionist and became a processor.
Okay.
And then I processed for my now branch manager, who's absolutely awesome. And she taught me pretty much everything that I needed to know about mortgages. But I tell you, it changes every single day. But I became a processor, and then I was like, I think I could do the loan officer thing too.
Right.
So I became a loan officer back in 2005.
Wow. Look, that's an amazing story, because when you think about it, when you think about a loan officer, you don't want somebody that doesn't know the ins and outs of the whole business. So when you started out, you started from the bottom and worked yourself up to the top. Like, that is a testament.
Yes, and I truly believe whenever I talk to other people that are thinking about coming into the market or coming to be a loan officer, you need to start processing, because you need to know how to fix a problem before they arise. Or if you see something, maybe I don't need to get that, maybe I need to get different documentation, stuff like that. So, I've seen a lot of stuff and had my fair share of problems. And so, by me having processing background, underwriting background, I definitely think that's helped me in my career.
And that is awesome. So let's get into the market. Let's talk about, I guess the insights of the market. Like, are people still as scared and fearful because of interest rates? Like, what is really keeping these folk from possibly building generational wealth for their families?
Right. So one thing, I think it's the media. Okay?
Right.
So I think the media, how do they sell things? They sell it scare tactics, right?
Right.
So, saying that, oh my goodness, it's not a great time to buy a house. It's a great time to buy a house. Right now, are you seeing sellers offering incentives for buyers on homes?
Oh man, it is awesome. 10, 25,000, it is crazy.
Exactly. They're willing to buy down interest rates to make it more affordable for buyers.
Yeah.
They're offering closing costs, so you don't have to use your own resources to fund closing costs, stuff like that. So yes, do I think it's a great time to buy? Absolutely. You're also going to see that interest rates, hopefully, are going to come down. Now, do I think they're going to come down a considerable amount this year? I don't. So I think that interest rates are probably going to stay steady. I think maybe mid to low sixes, maybe high fives. But at the end of the day, if you need to be in a home, stop paying your landlord's mortgage.
Oh man.
Because at the end of the day, you got to pay to have a house over your head.
Right.
So why not pay for your own home and create generational wealth, gain that equity, because equity is appreciating. Your home's appreciating probably 4% each year.
Right.
There's nothing that's going to give you that rate of return on your investment.
Hit it on the head. Invest in yourself.
That's right.
Invest in yourself. Stop giving your money away. That is a testament of time. I know it's fearful for people sometimes, just because they feel like they don't have the credit score, or they spend a lot of time trying to get ready.
Exactly.
But really, I tell my clients all the time, we need to speak with a mortgage loan offer. We need to talk to Heather so Heather can tell you where you're at, and so you can know, like, if you do need to work on something, like, hey, you have time and you know where you're working on versus just, trying to navigate around the bushes and not knowing exactly what you're doing.
Exactly. I wish, because I have some people that go out and look at houses and then they fall in love with the house, but you don't know what that payment's going to be.
Right.
You need to be prepared. So if you're looking at a $400,000 home, are you prepared for that $400 mortgage payment?
Right.
Because I talk to a lot of people and they're like, I'm only comfortable with a $1,500 mortgage payment, but they're looking at a $450,000 house. That doesn't equal.
Right.
So there's nothing worse than whenever you go and you show somebody a $450,000 house, but they're on a $250 budget.
Right.
Because nothing's going to compare to that
Right.
$450.
You're right. You're right.
Right?
Yeah, that's breaking hearts.
That's gonna make somebody like hurt some feelings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always say, get pre-approved up front so you know exactly what your monthly payment's going to be, how much funds are going to be available. Is down payment assistance available to you? Is that something that you need? We have the open lines of communication, and I promise you, everybody's like, I don't want my credit ran. Listen, pulling your credit does not hurt your credit score. It may affect your score maybe 1 or 2 points with a hard inquiry. You do have a 45-day window to have your credit pulled through other mortgage lenders, but I would say one thing is there's trigger leads. You ever heard of trigger leads?
No, what are trigger leads?
Trigger leads are whenever a mortgage professional like myself pulls credit, the credit bureau sells off their information. So probably by the time I'm still on the phone with the client, other lenders are calling because I pulled credit.
Wow.
Yes. So, but what's crazy about it is they'll say, hey, I saw that you just got pre-approved. Now, we haven't even gotten off the phone yet.
Right.
And they're like, hey, you forgot to provide your social security card, your driver's license. How do you know that that's a lender?
I was about to say, that might sound like a scam right there.
Exactly. So what they need to do is go to optoutprescreen.com, puts them on the do not call registry,
Right.
and then they won't have those trigger leads. That's something that's also in the works to not have happen anymore.
Okay.
However, it is something that I definitely advise all of my clients before we're talking about pulling credit, is to go to optoutprescreen.com.
Do not call this.
Do not call.
Yeah.
Because I promise you'll get phone calls, emails, texts, everything, and they'll seem like they're calling from my office. They'll be like, hey, I saw that we just got you pre-approved. Can you provide your documents? I'm like, you're not going to talk to anybody from my team unless you're under contract from me.
Oh man, like that's a gem right there, because that's like that's a setup to really mess you up to the point that you won't be able to purchase something, because if you do answer that phone, give your credit score out, give your information out, next thing you know, you're in debt.
to people that you didn't even know.
No, right. Nah, that's amazing. So when the customer does call you and talk to you about getting pre-approved, what does Movement Mortgage offer to customers? Like, what products are there out there that can benefit a customer?
Absolutely, that's good. So we offer the normal FHA, conventional VA, USDA loans.
Okay.
But I do specialize in down payment assistance, where I work with North Carolina Housing, South Carolina Housing, Dream Key Partners, which is House Charlotte, formerly known, with down payment assistance. So, if you are in need of trying to find money for down payment, make your housing payment affordable, there are ways to do that, with down payment assistance. So
Okay.
we have resources that are available to you. It's just getting to the right person to be able to get it done for you.
Awesome. Now, and all of those products are some of those products more like government-like products? Or are they like? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't understand what a VA they
Sure.
probably understand a VA just because you have to be in the military at some
Sure.
point in time.
Right. No,
But
that's
FHA or
Yeah.
conventional USDA,
Yep.
like who really knows
What that
is?
It's meat, right?
Right.
It's like, what does meat
What's the meat?
and a loan have to do with one
Right.
another?
Correct. Facts.
All right, so good question. So FHA is a government-backed program. It is for, they say normally it's for a first-time home buyer. You don't have to be a first-time home buyer to get an FHA loan. The down payment requirement is 3.5%. So that's 3.5% of the sales price.
Okay.
It allows for your debt to income ratio to be up to 57%. It can go as high as 57%.
Okay.
You know, that's with your current mortgage payment plus all of your other debts can be 57% of your gross monthly income. That's what that means. Minimum credit score requirement is a 580.
Oh.
Now, just because you have a 580 doesn't mean we can do your loan.
Right.
So, you know, we have to take everything into consideration. We might need to get a verification of rent if the loan's not going through automated underwriting. There are ways for us to be able to look and see if we can do the loan without automated underwriting.
Okay.
So you can get a gift from a family member. All the down payment can come from a gift from a family member, or you can borrow from your 401k, or if you have checking, savings, any of that.
Is there a max on that gift?
No.
Oh man. Hey, we love getting gifts.
I know.
It's always Christmas.
If we have a real generous family member,
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah,
good.
that's beautiful.
So the seller can pay up to 6% in seller pay closing costs on an FHA. So if somebody's gifting you the down payment and the seller's willing to give 6%, then everything is covered. And in that case, they would be getting money back.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Right?
That is awesome.
So that's an FHA loan. A VA, yes, you have to be a veteran. So no, you can't use your grandfather's. If he was in the military, you can't use your VA for him. A lot of people get that. That's a misconception. And then also, if you're married, if you're not married, let's just say that you have a girlfriend or whatever, and you're a veteran and y'all want to purchase together. Well, normally VA is 100% financing.
Right.
However, if you are just dating and you want to do the loan together, you have to put money down for a VA if they're both not veterans.
Okay.
So either put a ring on it, get 100% financing,
Ooh.
or
Woo.
stay boyfriend and girlfriend, and you got to put some money down on
Ooh. Boy. Oh boy.
the
They say it's cheaper to keep us, so but dang.
You know.
Hey, you gotta make sure you're keeping the right one though.
That's right. Conventional, if you're a first time home buyer, 3% down is eligible for down payment.
Okay.
And then, you know, your max debt to income ratio in that particular program is about 50. And then USDA is another government-backed program. It is 100% financing. However, you have to purchase in a USDA eligible area. So that is like nowhere in Charlotte because it needs to be in a rural area. So that's where the USDA part comes in, where you want to see some cows and stuff like that. Out in the pastures.
Yeah, that's my life. That's what I grew up around.
There you go.
Yeah, I love that. Go out there and have the chickens.
Have
and
you
the
ever milked a
roosters.
cow?
Yeah, milked the cow, gutted the pig.
No, you have.
Kind of cleaned it from the rooter to the tutor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, from the rooter to the tutor.
Yeah. So hey, now you mentioned down payment assistance. Like when it comes to down payment assistance, are there anything like specific that people need to know about down payment assistance? Like, can you get more than one down payment assistance program? Can you, how does that work?
Yeah. So, North Carolina Housing has a few programs, and you have to purchase within the state of North Carolina. It doesn't mean that you have certain areas that you need to purchase in. It's in the whole state of North Carolina. Their minimum credit score requirement is a 640. So if you don't have a 640, we can work with you to get that score there. So I may put you, if I take a look at everything, and I'll run simulators. If we need to work on getting credit score up, we'll be able to work together to get you there.
Okay.
We'll put you on a path. But let's just say you have a 640 credit score. Some of their programs most of their programs are income driven, meaning they have an income cap. And it goes by household. So they have a $15,000 down payment assistance for first-time home buyers, and the max debt to income ratio is 45%. So that means that the new mortgage payment plus all the debts cannot be more than 45% of the gross monthly income.
Okay.
And household income is a thing. So if you are purchasing a home and you're the only one on the loan, but your wife also works, we have to take into consideration her income, not to qualify, but to see if you disqualify or if your income is over the income limit to qualify for the program. Then they also have a 3% down option where they'll give up to 3% of the sales price in down payment assistance, and that particular program is based off of your income only. So we would not look at your wife's income for that one. However, it does come with a higher interest rate. So that's the kicker on that one. They do also have another program where if you're under 80% area median income, which you can go to their website and check out to see where you fall, because it's by county and it's by household members. So you have to look and see where you fall. But if you're under 80% area median income, you may be eligible for $50,000 or 25% of the sales price, whichever is less.
Wow.
So that means that you could get 50, let's just say, because it's at a $200,000 price point. Let's just say so you get 50,000, plus you can also get another 15. So that's 65.
Yeah.
But let's just say you're purchasing in Charlotte.
Okay.
And we're gonna go and use the Dream Key program. Well, if you're under the 80% area median income, we can get 30,000. So
added on to that?
Added on to that.
Oh my gosh.
So how much is that?
Oh man, I'm not a mathematician.
95 grand.
That is a substantial amount
of money
to help a person get obtainable house.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yes.
95,000.
Yes.
You're talking about possibly $100,000 mortgage.
So if you're purchasing a house for $200,000 and then you have $95,000 in down payment assistance, now some of that $95,000 is going to go towards your closing costs, right?
Right.
So let's just say $90,000 gets put on that $200,000. Yeah, I mean you're talking about a nice affordable payment for you.
Now that is amazing. Now
I have a lady, just speaking in general, just not to say that, we're just talking about these programs.
Right.
I have a lady that is closing at the end of this month, and she's getting $145,000 in down payment assistance.
145.
$145,000, and it's all because she did her research.
Right.
And she knew, what she wanted to do, and we were talking together. We've been working together for a while on trying to make things work, and it just fell into place that she's purchasing a home in Charlotte.
Okay.
She's able, at the time there was a program that was available that we were able to get her $80,000 in down payment assistance, plus 50.
Wow.
Plus 50.
Wow. Dang. So basically, trust the process.
Right.
Follow the plan.
Right.
And if you do that, you could possibly position yourself for the unbelievable opportunity of having a low cost-effective mortgage.
An affordable mortgage, because at the end of the day, it's hard to find homes that are that's affordable.
Right.
And that's the biggest hurdle I think a lot of people are trying to get over, is finding homes that are in desirable areas, in good shape, that they're gonna want to live in, and have an affordable mortgage. I always tell all of my clients and this is something that I feel, because what you qualify for and what you are comfortable with are two totally different things.
Right.
And you have to determine what you're comfortable with. That's not something that I can come up with, you can come up with. That is for the borrower to come up with, all right, I am good with paying a $1,500 mortgage payment. I can still go out with my girls. I can still go buy an outfit. I can still do what I need to do.
Right.
But I really need to, make sure that I'm comfortable.
Because life happens. Life
be lifing.
Life be lifing. And you just never know what can happen. So in the midst of, financial literacy, they teach you about emergency funds and preparing yourself for the things that possibly could happen. So why put yourself out there with a crazy mortgage that hey, you know, what do they say, house poor? You're gonna be like spending all your time paying for your mortgage versus enjoying life all the time too. So,
Exactly. Yeah. You want to go on that vacation. You know, you want to do the things. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're happy in your home,
right,
and that you're not so consumed with, oh, how am I gonna make this payment?
Right.
You know, sometimes I tell some of my clients that, hey, why don't we practice making that mortgage payment? You know,
yeah.
So if we're on a plan where I'm trying to help build up somebody's credit, I also tell them, let's practice making this mortgage payment. So if you're currently living with your mom,
right,
or a family member or something, and you're not making a mortgage payment, let's practice making that mortgage payment so you see yourself if it's something that you're comfortable with.
Right. Yeah, that's amazing, because I have some clients that kind of did that for their kid. The child came from college, moved in, and started paying rent to the parents. The parents held that rent, and when it came time and she was ready to go buy a house, she had a down payment.
The parents gave her the
money.
Yeah, see,
so,
I think that's awesome.
Yeah. So with that's kind of like, you know, it's all about thinking outside the box.
Absolutely.
Thinking outside the box, but also for all my athletes out there, to get prepared for a game, you have to practice. Practice makes perfect. If you practice and put yourself in the game situation, you'll be prepared to overcome the hurdles that it comes to with purchasing a home. So that is amazing right there.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Practice.
The smallest things can mean so much. So, Heather, how can the people who do not know Heather Aucello, the team Aucello, Movement Mortgage, how can they get in touch with you and possibly ask some questions, get pre-approved, or anything?
So they can go to my website. It's my first name, Heather, Heather. My last name, Aucello, AUCELLO.com. Pretty easy. My phone number is 704-806-4624. I would love to help any and everybody that I can. You know, my heart and my passion is to make as many people a homeowner as I possibly can.
Awesome. And I'm David Hart, your real estate advisor for North Carolina, South Carolina. You know, you can find me everywhere. Look in the description, like, subscribe. We appreciate your time. Send this to a friend. Spread love, not war. Love, live life.